Coming up on City Spotlight, we're on location in Shelbyville. Shelbyville Mayor Jeff Johnson talks about the latest expansion going on at IHI Turbo and Shelbyville's need for more housing. And then we will talk with Brenda Elder, Shelby County Bicentennial Committee Director, about the many upcoming Shelby County Bicentennial Events. And lastly, we'll talk with the chairman of the General Dacey Trail, Jerry Yockey, and how the trail has been used over the past decade. We're on location in Shelbyville, here on City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. And welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. As you can see, we're on location for this episode in Shelbyville. We're in the City Hall chambers here, and familiar guest of the program, the Mayor of Shelbyville, Jeff Johnson. Welcome back to the program, Jeff.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation. It's always great to be back.
We're in your territory here. This is kind of where you have a few meetings every once in a while, and last time we talked with you, Jeff, was about this time last year. So look forward to catching up with you. And right off the bat, let's talk about some economic development and one of your major employers. For the second or third time since we've been doing City Spotlight, another expansion for IHI Turbo.
Yeah, about a month or so ago that they announced that they were going to expand again, and that's fantastic. They're a great company, a great employer. The people love working for them, and they're a great citizen of the city of Shelbyville. They help sponsor our Sister City program, to where we have high school kids that go to Japan every other year, and then we host them on the off years. But yeah, they've started to move some dirt out there, and over the next 12 or 18 months, there's going to be a nice expansion out there.
And it's going to boost quite a few more employees, too.
Absolutely. You know, we're pretty fortunate here in Shelbyville that we have employers like that have been adding good jobs. We have some businesses that's been interested in coming to Shelbyville, and then also we're working on housing. So we're trying to look at it from all angles and try and support that good, steady growth.
I think you had mentioned it'll bring about 100 new jobs, the expansion there for IHI, and like I said, it's more than one time here on City Spotlight you've talked about an expansion, so one of your biggest employers keeps on growing.
Absolutely, it's great.
Fantastic. And you just briefly mentioned there, you have smaller businesses that are still interested. Last July we were here, we noticed there was a new Taco Bell, which is obviously a major chain, but you had an animal-related business, so the interest is also good too, moving forward with smaller businesses.
Yeah, there really has been. The interest has been here and continues. There's probably 6, 8, 10 people we're talking to now, and it doesn't mean that all of them are going to happen, right. But whenever you talk to 10 people, if you get 1 or 2, it's a numbers game.
Exactly.
But yeah, we've been very fortunate, and we're seeing some good growth there too.
Very
and
good.
You know, I end up that whenever I go around and I talk to people and they know I'm from Shelbyville and they talk about coming here to you know, the boutiques that we have, Simply Yours and Simple Blessings and Craig Sporting Goods and Knee Strats, and there's a lot of people from out of town that come and shop.
All right, very good. So look forward to that. Like you said, 1 or 2 out of however many are interested would be good.
Yep.
Very good. Last July, as I was here taping, I noticed the construction for the new Sarah Bush Lincoln Clinic, and it eventually opened this past fall.
It did, and they're all opened and providing great services out there. And actually, we've ended up, since you've been here too, that HSHS Good Shepherd Hospital has announced that they were doing a renovation and they began it, and they're investing several $1 million into the community. Okay. So you stop and look, you know, that Shelby County has a lot of good options with HSHS Hospital, with Decatur Memorial, and with Sarah Bush. So we're fortunate here.
Not to beat the drum and repeat myself and yourself the last several episodes, but it is really truly outstanding. A town the size of Shelbyville to have options from 3 different major health providers here in Central Illinois.
It is, and we've talked to several people. You know, whenever you talk to businesses and they come in and they go up and down Main Street and they're amazed, they can't believe that we're a town of 5,000 people because of all of the traffic.
Right.
But you know, there's been some studies, and because of all the employers that They say there's been some studies that said that our population almost doubles or triples during the daytime. So
daytime traffic. We hear about that in other towns of similar size in central Illinois. You also want to talk a little bit about housing. I understand there's some need for more housing in Shelbyville, and you currently have a little housing survey going on right now.
We do. We're working with the Illinois Institute of Rural Affairs, and they've developed a survey for us. We've ended up, we have some landowners that are right here next to town that have had an interest in developing subdivisions. We're talking to some builders and some developers, and that whenever we talk to all of our employers, we ask them, where does people live, and have they considered Shelbyville? Are they moving here? And one thing that we hear a lot about is that we need a greater stock of houses. The realtor said that there's really not a lot out there available to be bought. So that's one thing that we're working on. We're hoping to get the study back in the next couple months and present it to some of the developers and hopefully see some new homes being built.
Something obviously to follow up on next time we have you on.
Yep.
I understand. Yeah, go ahead.
We end up that our police chief has done a very good job of looking at some of the houses that's around town and getting things cleaned up. So there's some lots that are scattered around town that are available that we can go ahead and build upon. But we're looking too for that subdivision where there'll be a lot of new growth. So
you had mentioned to me prior to taping that multiple locations are being considered for potential housing moving forward.
Yes, there is. There's been probably 2, 3, 4 locations where people have annexed into the city in order to look forward to that development. And so whenever we talk to anybody, we show them all of the options and we say, hey, where are you going to be most successful at? We want to work with you there. And so we do. We have options, and that's fantastic.
And Jeff, here in our final segment in this episode, we'll talk with Jerry Yockey about the Dacey Trail. And as you told me prior to taping, you finished phase 8 of trail work, and that's every episode of City Spotlight here on Shelbyville. You've talked about the continued work here with the trail work here in Shelbyville.
Yeah, we ended up, we've got it finished. You can see some of the work around the courthouse, and it goes on up to Morgan, and it connects the park to the downtown area. And there's more things that's going to be happening with the trail. We end up, the trail's going to be extended to the west towards Walmart and the West Business District. And we've ended up, we've got a grant to do the engineering out there. So we want to get that started. And that it will continue. That's one thing you hear from people, and you look at the activities that go on out there at the trail. And I'm sure Jerry will tell you a lot more, but it's really a very good asset here for the city. It's beautiful to go out there and walk. In the wintertime, whenever you have, they have a nighttime walk, which is beautiful. They have bonfires and stuff. And in the fall, whenever the leaves are changing. So it's been great.
Look forward to hearing, some things from Jerry there, but great to hear that another phase of the trail work is done here in Shelbyville. Last item we want to talk with you, Jeff, here is understand there's a little bit of an engineering firm has been put into works for some potential sewer work.
We're looking to see what all needs to be done to upgrade the sewers and to keep it viable for years to come. So we hired an engineering firm at the beginning of the year, and that we should have a report in about 6 months, and then we'll do a long-term game plan on how we can take steps to separate out the storm sewers and the sanitary sewers and to make sure that we've got the services for years to come. We want to support that growth.
Exactly. Yeah. Surveys, firms, all kinds of growth, potential growth here in Shelbyville. Mayor of Shelbyville, Jeff Johnson, thank you for being on City Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy it.
Pleasure. We'll look forward to catching up on all the things going on in Shelbyville in the near future.
Sounds good.
Thank you. And coming up next here on City Spotlight, we'll head across the street and talk with Brenda Elder about some Shelby County Bicentennial Events. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Shelbyville. And we're back here on City Spotlight, this on-location episode on Shelbyville. We've gone across the street and we're going to talk now with Brenda Elder. She's with the Shelby County Bicentennial Committee. Welcome to the program, Brenda.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here and talk to you about the Bicentennial Events. As we know, Illinois is celebrating their bicentennial, and there's some things going on here in Shelby County. WEIU viewers may have seen Brenda on the Shelbyville This Is Our Story program, but
Yes.
it's your first time here on City Spotlight. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Sure. I actually started working as a AmeriCorps Vista volunteer April of last year, and so I've been here just a little over a year. And some of the things that I do is just to help Shelbyville alleviate hunger and different things, but also I help the nonprofits and economic development, our Shelby County mapping community. So one of the things that Shelby County Economic Development has been tasked with is preparing for the Illinois Bicentennial.
Okay, very good. 200 years for the state of Illinois. And how did Shelby County get involved in this process? And talk about kind of the behind the scenes of when did you find out that Shelby County was going to be participating in this, and what kind of preparation did you have to get into some of the events we're going to talk about?
Sure. Okay, well, to begin with, I work with Director of Economic Development, Anna Kiley, and Anna was asked to be the liaison between the State of Illinois Bicentennial Committee and Shelby County. So I've been helping her with that, and it's been, close to a year now that we decided we were going to do this. And I wanted to provide some events that would spotlight the city of Shelbyville in a positive way, and to get people to see what our little town is all about. And we found a lot of things that we could do here in this little town to show that.
And to be able to, this is a part of it's been endorsed by the Illinois Bicentennial Committee, as I think you mentioned there, to be a part of this, to be able to showcase Shelbyville, Shelby County, with Illinois' 200th birthday. It's a great opportunity to learn about Shelbyville and some Illinois things along the way.
Right, we are an endorsed partner with the Illinois 200. Illinois 200 is a website that lists all the bicentennial events all over the state, and we have a few things that we're able to do with them, get special promotions and different things because we are an endorsed partner.
As I was talking with you prior to our taping, you told me of several events that are going to be going on here in Shelbyville, Shelby County. Basically the remainder of the year. We're taping this here in the final Monday of June. So the first event I have down, if you could just tell us a little bit about each event, Passport to Shelbyville.
Passport to Shelbyville. We wanted to showcase Shelbyville history by putting artifacts and information, photos in many of our stores. We have 18 stores, government offices, the public library is involved, and they are housing different artifacts and information and photos that people can go find. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. Once they find those, they have a little passport that we have fashioned, and they get their passport stamped, and then they go on to the next one. And at the end of the summer, after the very last day of August, they're put into a drawing if they've found everything, and they can get $100 in chamber bucks, $50 in chamber bucks, or $25 in chamber bucks to spend in Shelbyville.
Very good. Next on the list of events, I understand there's multiple vendor fairs going on.
Oh yes, this actually is our first weekend that we will be having vendor fairs. We are using this as a fundraising effort to help us to make a little bit of money to pay for the events that we're having. So this Saturday, the 30th, then we go to July 25th, I believe, and then I believe it's the last weekend in August.
Right.
So it's the last weekend in every month.
June, July, and August.
June, July, and August, yes.
Yeah, our folks at home saw right before the start of this segment, our community calendar segment, and some of those events have been listed on the screen, so we're just talking a little bit more in depth about those.
Right.
So we have the Passport to Shelbyville, vendor fairs.
Yes.
Next we have, coming in September, the Civil War Memorial.
Yeah, we're doing a Memorial Weekend with several parts to it. First of all, we're having Civil War reenactors from Springfield that will be coming to Shelbyville.
Wow.
They're going to be camping out at the 9th Street Beach area. They are promising games with horses and all kinds of different things, educational opportunities to find out what it was like during the Civil War in the encampments. And we're trying to include as many Civil War organizations as we can to that. There will be food out there and just a really great day. Then we will also have what they call a Civil War sanitary fair.
Okay.
And I know that sounds a little unusual. It's actually kind of a mini museum.
Oh.
And it will be shown during the day on September 8th, which is Saturday. Out at the Senior Citizens Building in Shelbyville from 9 until about 4:30. And then we have a Civil War ball.
Wow.
And we're going to have Civil War dance caller. She's a professional dance caller, and she will be teaching the dances that were of that era. We will also have some musicians that come out and play the antique instruments, and we'll have all kinds of things out there. So, and that's at the Best Bet Events Center here in Shelbyville.
Sounds like a little bit of a trip back into time there with some of those events that you just listed with the Civil War and the sanitary fairs.
That's right.
Sounds really fun. The last event I have listed on here, and this will be happening toward the latter part of the year, is the Crossroads Change in Rural America.
Oh, that's our big thing here. We are so proud. We have actually applied. We were asked to apply for the museum on Main Street, Crossroads, Change in Rural America. And this is something that is with the Smithsonian Institute and Illinois Humanities. And we have the opportunity to have the Smithsonian Institute exhibit displayed at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Visitor Center from December 15th through January 26th. So that's a 6-week period.
Wow.
We were competing with other towns of 5,000 and less, and we were chosen as one of 6. So we feel like this is a great opportunity for us. And we are building a companion exhibit. Several of the businesses here in town, one of our local banks, Stay Right Jenny Lou. We have also the Shelby Electric Co-op. We've just got all kinds of people involved in this that are going to be telling the story of the changes in Shelbyville, including our agriculture and so many things that we're trying to, just show people our story.
Right.
As our little town.
Great amount of events going on in Shelbyville as a part of the Illinois Bicentennial. Brenda Elder, she's the director of the Shelby County Bicentennial Committee. It's been a pleasure having you on City Spotlight, Brenda.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your coming out and doing this for us.
Thank you so much. And coming up next here on City Spotlight, our third and final segment on this on-location episode on Shelbyville, we'll talk with Jerry Yockey about the General Dacey Trails. Stay with us. City Spotlight is on YouTube. Past episodes can be viewed on East Central Illinois towns that have been featured on City Spotlight. Just search on YouTube City Spotlight with the show number and the name of the town. Listed on your screen are the recent episodes of City Spotlight. And we're back here on City Spotlight, this final segment of this on-location episode on Shelbyville. As you can tell, we have left downtown Shelbyville, and we're outside at the Dacey Trail. And we're going to get a little help to talk about the Dacey Trail with Jerry Yockey. He's the chairman of the General Dacey Trail. Welcome to the program, Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you on. Look forward to talking in detail a little bit about the origin of the Dacey Trail. We've talked about that here on City Spotlight a few times before with Mayor Johnson. Your first time guest here on the program, Jerry. Tell us about yourself, please.
I'm Jerry Yockey. Shelbyville is my home. I've raised my family here. The trail work is my volunteer work, and by day I'm a financial advisor.
Okay, very good. Pleasure to have you on, and we've learned a lot about the trail in the first segment of this episode. Mayor Johnson talked about phase 8 of the trail work being complete, and as we drove over here to this taping, we noticed some of that lovely work on Morgan Street.
Absolutely.
Let's go back to the beginning. What was the idea for the General Dacey Trail?
The idea was pretty simple. My wife and I, we went to Door County, Wisconsin, We experienced some wonderful trail systems up there, and we asked this one question: why not here in Shelbyville? And so that's how it started. And I got a group together in 2000. We spent about 5, almost 6 years planning before we developed this first phase of the trail, which is behind us in 2006.
Jerry, for those people that are not from Shelbyville that are watching this program, they may be thinking, who is General Dacey?
That's a question that comes up a lot. And General Dacey, he was the head engineer when the lake was constructed back in the late 60s. Okay. He actually, his career continued. He became the colonel at the St. Louis District Office for the Corps. Right. And at that point, he came back for a meeting about a snowmobile trail. And that snowmobile trail was approved for this area behind us, but never developed. And we use that as the blueprint for the General Dacey Trail.
Okay. Like I said, we've talked about the trail many times here on City Spotlight, kind of the evolution of the trail expanding into the city now. And
yes.
As Mayor Johnson said toward the end of his taping, another phase going out to Walmart will happen.
Yes.
But kind of give us an overview of how the park has evolved. As you said, 5 or 6 years to get it going. So it's been around about 12 years?
About 12 years, yes.
So talk about the evolution of how the trail has grown over the time.
Well, it's been a real fun ride, for sure. Our user group is primarily walkers, and we have 7 miles of basically 10-foot wide trail. Right. A lot of that is in the woods, but one real important factor was to connect the trail to our community. So we've done that. In Phase 8, built a bike lane right down Morgan Street. The community is really using it. We average about 150 users per day.
Wow.
Recently, there's a little kind of junior high bicycle club that's formed. It's unofficial, but they ride past my house every day.
Wow.
Using the bike lane, and it's just really fun to see our community use the trail and just really embrace it.
So you just mentioned a small group there, an unofficial new club kind of getting going as a result of this. I understand you have a long time 5K race, the Tom Short 5K race. It happens annually every year, and it's been going on for a number of years.
Yeah, so this year will be the 16th annual Tom Short 5K. We average about 350 users. Wow. This is going to be a special year because we're going to honor Coach Kramer, who's been our high school cross-country and track coach for many, many years. So I really anticipate this might be the year that we break 400 users or runners in the Tom Short race.
Any other users or unique things that go on here? I understand there might be there's some unique lighting that you guys do in the evenings. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Candlelight Walk, this will be our 8th annual Candlelight Walk. It's usually the 3rd Saturday in January. We wanted to get people out on the trail in the winter, and we stole this idea from Wisconsin again, and I got the ultimate compliment this year. Someone after the Candlelight Walk came up and said it reminded them of a Hallmark movie.
Oh, really?
So we have, probably about 500 luminaries that we use in the trees and on the ground to light up 2.5 miles. So please come. It's a great event.
I'm getting pictures of something out of a recent Disney animated film that's something to experience for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
What kind of feedback have you heard from people in the community? You're from Shelbyville, like you said. Have you heard feedback from people about how often they use it, how much they enjoy it? What kind of feedback have you gotten?
It's really a part of a lot of people's lives now. There's a user group of ladies that walk it each and every morning. It's that quality of life that's hard to define, but the trail brings it to our community, and people are embracing it.
It's a phrase that Mayor Johnson has used many times with describing the trail, and hearing it from you. You're all on the same page, obviously, and talk about that being a new addition for Shelbyville and being a part of a lot of people's lives. This is something that has added another element to this community as we have another runner using the trail.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Carrie. I'll tell you what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the mountain bike section. It's about 6 miles long. We've just done a new concept plan for that. We could add easily another 6 to 10 miles of mountain bike hiking trail. That could make a real difference on our trail system and how it's used, and how visitors from the lake can add one more day to their stay here.
Let's talk a little bit about what Mayor Johnson talked about. And the last thing he mentioned about the trail was that a new grant has been gotten, that the trail can go all the way out to Walmart. And if people know how the geography of Shelbyville, that's pretty far west of here. So the way this is growing is you're going all the way to the very western edge of Shelbyville now.
Yeah, we have connected the park to our schools with the safe route to schools, and now we're heading out west to Walmart. Yeah, it's really important because we want to create safety, and we want to encourage people to get out on their bikes and walk, and that's another way that we can do that by building the bike trail out to Walmart.
In our last minute or two here with you, Jerry, and we appreciate your time here on City Spotlight. For folks like this gentleman that's going to walk past us here that have never been on the Dacey Trail, they're either in Shelbyville and for whatever reason they haven't been on it, or somebody from out of town that's watching this, when they utilize the Dacey Trail here in Shelbyville and around the lake, what kind of experience are they going to have?
I always tell people, come and walk it first. You know, we talk about it being a bike trail, but you know, just come walk it and experience it, and then bring your bikes back. There's so many beautiful views of the lake on the trail that you can take in, and we have a bench located by a pond not far from here on the trail, and the birds that just are in that area, it's so enjoyable just to sit on that bench and enjoy nature, and that's what I would encourage people to do.
Something I probably should have brought up near the very beginning of the interview, how much ground does the Dacey Trail cover as far as like mileage?
We're up to 13 miles of trail.
And lastly, Jerry, you wanted to mention something about an upcoming performance from a young singer that's going to be helping with some little funds here tell us about Ellie Holcomb.
Yeah, Ellie Holcomb. You know, it's a trail event that we call it, but it's really a community event. It's a way for us to celebrate the trail. Ellie Holcomb is a wonderful singer. She's a Christian singer, and we're calling it a trail fundraiser. Okay. It's July 20th. Her dad found Amy Grant.
Wow.
And so the whole family is musical, and she's a wonderful person. I think it's going to be a great event. This will be the second time we've hosted someone from Nashville to come up and sing. Last year we had Jen Bostic, had a fantastic crowd, so we're looking forward to round two.
Round two. Got Tom Short Run, 16th year. Trail is going very strong, the General Dacey Trail. Jerry Yockey, we appreciate your time here on City Spotlight.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Enjoyed
you for your time.
Yep.
And that'll do it for this on-location episode on Shelbyville. We thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.